Hey, friends, and welcome back to Vibes and Delights. I'm your host, Frenny, aka Friend the Human.
And I'm Slappa.
The man versus bear debate is still happening.
Raging.
I said that I didn't think it was a debate, like in a video on TikTok, and I'm very shocked to see how much it is a debate. Like, I just don't see what's up for debate. Most people or femme presenting people seem to understand, but there's just this select few dudes who just don't.
The new trend I'm seeing is women asking their partners if they would let their child be with a man in the woods or a bear in the woods. And most men are like a bear. But some of them are like, hmm,
I saw that one, like, a lady asked her husband, "Would you rather a woman or a man?" He said woman, and then she was like, "A man or a bear?" And then like he just sat there pondering forever. Like, you readily answered woman.
right.
All right, whatever. It's a little alarming out there. What is that? Cal Tech?
Oh, it's Harvard. It's a lot of college campuses right now are protesting.
It feels like
And
they're all under siege too.
yeah, America is letting the fascism fly at this point. Like, if you're not aware, we are in a police state. Um, Protesting is basically illegal now. Louisiana has made it illegal for anybody to look up government records. So, you know, shit's happening. Not to mention, on the other side of the world, that shit's still happening. What's funny to me about this is this generation of kids in college. I don't know if they realize what generation this is, but it's the last decade, I don't know, 5 years, decade. These kids all grew up in school being taught how to work together to barricade themselves and protect each other from school shooters. These kids know how to do shit together. The school system fucked up and didn't want to get rid of guns to protect them. So they taught them how to be
Oh.
better community.
Oh, I was like, where are
Like,
you
they
going?
fucked up
I
and they're
was
about to find out.
like,
They
fuck, where?
fucked around,
Oh,
taught these kids
shit.
how to be a team and fight against an aggressor, and now they're the aggressor that they're fighting
Oh,
against.
shit. Oh my gosh. I'm so glad you was cooking, sir, because I sure was like, what are you talking about? Like,
Yeah.
what? So yes, you're right. The last, like, what, since Sandy Hook happened,
Because what they
like
taught them
that, this
was
whole
you block off the door and stuff, and if they open that door, you all rush that motherfucker. And you can see that. Like, the most hilarious video I've seen of this is all the cops trying to come into a hallway and all the kids just rushing at them. So one of them has a giant empty water bottle and
yeah,
is just
like those
bonking.
gallons.
They're
Like,
bonking.
I think it's a 5 gallon, right?
Yes, and sometimes a cop will hit it with his
Bonk.
baton, knock it out the kid's hand. Another kid grabs it, bonking, bonking. So I hope to see a lot more big ass empty water bottles bonking cops, because that seems extremely effective. Like, they were blocking the baton super easy. It's huge. You can't really hurt yourself while you're holding it, and it's real annoying if you
It is
ever.
kind of hard to grip on. I got
Yeah,
tiny
I feel like
hands
you could
though.
like get a pole or something, put it in there, screw it
Mm,
through, and you would have like a little bit
mm.
longer stick on your bonk stick.
Yeah, but I bet you they try to classify that as like some sort of
They'll
weapon.
classify a soup can as a weapon
Oh
as,
no.
the soup for my family. So, you know, stuff keeps escalating.
It's like it's so crazy how it always happens right at summer too.
It's getting hot.
It's getting
Getting hot
hot in
in
here.
here.
I
So
don't
fight
have
against
any
the
money.
government.
Any I don't have any money.
No, but for real, talk to your people. Make a plan.
Yeah, actually, one of my mutuals, Sunny Day Jones, was talking about
Hi. Hello.
old Cakey is all sick.
She got worms.
Yeah,
She went outside for a while and ate some bugs.
we was sitting out there together, but yeah, she was probably the lizards. We have like this giant lizard. His name is like Godzilla.
So
Yeah,
big.
he's huge.
And size.
He's big, and like we've seen him ever since we moved here. What, like 5 6 years ago?
Yeah, we've seen him get bigger and
He
bigger
get
every
bigger
year.
every year.
And then little tiny ones come. We call them Godzilla Juniors.
Yeah. But like I'm pretty sure she might have got into one of them. But yeah. Yeah. Anyway, so we had to give her some medicine. Now she's all like excitable
Because she got
because
some wet food.
yeah, she got some
I
good
got
wet,
some wet
food,
food.
and good like good kitty cat snacks and medicine.
Medicine.
And medicine. You got some meds. You got some of them meds, bro. Anyway, um, I was gonna say Hassan Piker. You like mentioned Hassan Piker told some fucking dude. He was
Oh, it was so great. I know a lot of people don't like Hassan because he's a bro dude, but
he has
I'm a
moments. He
I'm
has
with him. He went on Piers Morgan and told this dude, "Shut the fuck up. You don't know what you're talking about." And that guy did not talk again, and it was beautiful.
Oh my gosh. Wait, like I wonder, did his like publicist just be like, did
This was some young guy. I don't think he had a publicist. He was just some YouTuber or something.
so? Do you think somebody was just like,
I think he's a smart guy
okay?
because
Because that's fucking crazy. He's like, shut the fuck up. You don't
it
know what
was
you're doing.
a chaotic episode. Let's say that people were yelling at each other the whole time. So I think he looks best that he just wasn't in any more footage after that. Once people started yelling and cussing.
My dad always said that you are better to be thought a fool than open your mouth and remove all doubt.
Right.
So, yeah, he probably was being pretty smart. I don't know. Like, one of my friends got roasted by fucking Hassan. Like, sometimes
Oh, that was
Hassan,
funny.
yeah, sometimes Hassan, like, roasts his own followers, and they, like, they knowingly send him
Like
photos.
the roast me memes.
Yeah, like, roast
Like
me.
you send in
And
a goofy pic and say roast me.
one of our friends got chosen. It was the funniest shit, too. I was like, at first, I was like, are you gonna be good? Because Hassan Piker's like a huge dude. You know what I mean? Like, platform wise. And they were like, yeah, it's cool. Yeah, it's cool, man. Whatever. And I was like, all right, buddy. Shit. That's fucking cool, though. We're like, real talk. But I wanted to tell you guys. Oh, yeah. So, about the TikTok ban. So, it's official. I think it, as of this morning, as we're recording this on the 25th, it might have been last night. I was really out of it last night.
I think it was yesterday. Yeah.
But they officially, like,
Biden signed it. And he had to because they were just going to send it back and then they were going to sign it again. So he just had to sign it. Yeah,
Anyway.
okay.
But I did see that the CEO of TikTok said that they were definitely going to court about it.
Yeah, like I don't think there'll be an actual ban because they're going to fight it in court and keep making money off it
Oh.
as long as they possibly can.
Oh. Yeah.
Because, I mean, they're going to spend money at court, but it's better to lose a little money in court and keep making money
Right.
instead of having to sell it to some fucking company for probably not what it's worth.
Right. And also, as soon as it gets sold, if it gets sold, to an American company, just know it's going to die immediately. It's going to be dead. It's going to have all that Americanized ideals and like I have such mixed feelings about it, if I'm being totally honest with you. Like I like, on the one hand, am so thankful, for the app, because I started to hear bullshit, and we making moves, you know what I mean? And they may not be great moves to people on the outside, but they're big ass moves to me. Like, this is a big lifestyle for me, and I'm still gonna we're still gonna be doing we're still gonna be here, right? But like, if it wasn't for TikTok, I would not be here with this equipment, with you guys here, whoever still listens to me ramble, you know what I'm saying? I just saw someone on YouTube who just followed me from YouTube. They don't even know me from TikTok. And that's like a beautiful thing.
It's pretty cool.
And it's so amazing how I my stupid ass self carved out this community and am steadily finding more, but also the amount of information that we have learned, the unlearning
Right.
that I've learned, all sorts of things that we have done together and built a community on learning talk, on book talk, on like the sexy talks and things like that. So much community and camaraderie and information and transparency and ideas and like just different ways of thinking, looking at it in a different way. It's just heartbreaking to see all that and know that it's very possible that we're going to lose it all. The hard work that we've done for the last 3 years. I think I've been on the app now. Time is weird. COVID really messed things up for us. I'm not gonna lie, but like in those 3 years, I built this beautiful people. These whatever I said, what I fucking said. I built this community, but I didn't do it alone. I did it with y'all, and I did it with my mutuals. And
That's
then
what they don't want, though.
on the flip side of all that beauty, they treat us like some of us like garbage, like they don't do anything about
Just
the
shadow banning people.
shadow banning people. Like I've been under a thumb, but like you know what I mean. But it's also the end of the month, and I'm wondering if I'm at that 30 video cap or something. I don't know, but I just know my views tanked again, and I'm just fucking over it at this point. I'm just making videos like I always do, but it is just disappointing, and I'm instead of having my hopes up, I'm just like fine, whatever. You know what I mean? Angrily, whatever. And yes, it does bother me. I'm here fucking talking about it, but like it's just hard to really give a shit. But anyway,
Oh,
but but anyway, like my friend Sunny Day Jones, y'all should go follow her. She's my mutual, I love her. But she was saying when she used to do protests at her college, she made sure that she only wrote down things that were like, don't talk to nobody, first of all. Don't talk to Popo. No Popo ho. You know what I'm saying? Don't talk to the administrators. Don't talk to the fucking teachers. Don't talk to no fucking body. Okay? Because they had their chance before the police came. Anyway, and then the next thing is if you're gonna write something, write good intentions, not like fucking psycho manifestos, like the fucking shooters do when they go to a school because somebody rejected them at the mall the day. You know what I mean? Also, like just be like, I just wish I could change the world. How can I change the world today? You know what I mean? And just write something like mad positive and like, but with intent. You know what I'm saying? Like, I hope to do this by this time. You know what I mean? Stuff like that. And then if you do plan, you plan in person. Okay? Don't plan over Discord to me. Okay? Now, Slap says, if you want to, we will. Okay? But let's be real careful about that. Okay? Maybe use the voice channels. You know what I'm saying? But regardless, just be really fucking safe out there. Don't talk to nobody. If you want to wear a mask, do the mask. I mean, you should probably wear a mask in large populations, but I'm just saying, you know what I'm saying? Cover your fucking face. They do. You know what I mean?
yeah.
So, just be safe. Don't talk to nobody. Do it in person. Do it smart. Okay? Do it smart. And if you're like me and you can't be boots on the ground because you're either working or you're a mom and you need to be home to make money, to pay bills because you have children at home. You know what I'm saying? If you can't be boots on the ground, then you need to be all up in all the spaces, okay? As much as you can, the virtual spaces. Donate, calling your peoples, writing letters like in White Chicks. You know what I'm saying? You need to do all of the things and stay aware, okay? And at least just fucking correct somebody. You know what I'm saying? When you see somebody popping off, do your fucking best and set them straight or tell them how fucking stupid they are. And it is summer, like I said, it definitely is protesting season, but it's getting fucking dangerous out there. Get a fucking face mask if you need to, for the tear bombs because they've been known to use like rubber bullets and shit like that. Just
Oh, they were. I just saw a video today of kids protesting at a college, and across a metal gate were a bunch of cops,
Oh, shooting through the
and they
gates.
started shooting through the gate. Like, y'all have a gate between you. What are you shooting for? They're literally just kids standing and chanting at you.
All I'm saying is, help, I married an Aries. Call me today. You know what I'm saying? But no, like, just be smart out there. Okay, guys? Be smart. And just know that you're on the right side of history. And that if your government is trying to silence you, and yes, I stole this off TikTok, that must mean that they are on the wrong side of history. It's sick. Anyway,
Keep it secret.
keep it
Keep it
secret,
safe.
keep it safe, and be smart.
Enough of that. Let's get to this crazy story. I have not looked at it at all. She told me it was wild, and I was like, "Don't spoil nothing. I wanna see it myself in
So
person."
I think I'm gonna read like a great majority of this. If you didn't know, on my birthday, I wanted to read a really big story to you. One of my most popular stories on TikTok was I ruined my mother's life, or something like that, and it was just like a wild story with like 10 parts. I think I had to stitch together. You know what I'm saying? It was a crazy fucking story. All of that, or more than half of it, is gone, and I'll have to pull it on YouTube and pull it together if I haven't already, and just share it with you. But I wanted to share another big ass story with you guys because that's been something I wanted to do anyways, just kind of choose one
Just
really
one
big
biggin.
story and talk all day about that one biggin, you know what I'm saying? Yes, baby, biggin. So I'm gonna, oh, really quick, I just, for my birthday, I got like a Wyatt Perp cup. Y'all know that's how we be vibing and delighting out here. And there should be a code somewhere. Y'all use my code. Y'all go give my friends some business. They're really great.
The
It's a
lemonade gummies.
The lemonade gummies are our favorite.
The Rice Krispies
Oh,
will knock you out. Okay,
knocked.
that's our bedtime.
That's our bedtime. So this story is called "My 28 Female Fiance 29 Male Wants Me to Put His Family Before Mine, Even at the Expense of My Family's Health."
Mm,
So this started out really wild and then got progressively worse, but it does have a happy ending. And so let's go ahead and get started. All right, Slappa,
yeah,
I love you.
I love you too.
Yes, yes.
Is,
Throwaway, as my work friends are on my main and they don't know this is going on. Also obligatory that this is on mobile, so spelling and grammar will be poo. This is a long one, but I'll try and keep it as short as possible. And it is accurate. I, 28 female, got engaged to my partner of 7 years, R, 29 male, in May. Also, let me just take this opportunity to just say that I'm so thankful to have chosen, unfortunately, man, but holy shit, at least I found a good one. Let me just say that right here. Okay. Okay. Okay.
thanks, but reconsider.
But no, seriously, this shit was crazy, and I'm really thankful that you are a good person.
Is it that
Anyway,
bad a story?
to me, anyway, I, 28 female, got engaged to my partner of 7 years, R, 29 male, in May. Both sides of our family were really happy about this, and we had a big family meal 2 weeks after getting engaged. His brother lives 250 miles away and couldn't get there for that meal, so we decided to have a meal just for his family in late June when his brother would be back for the weekend. This weekend was arranged long before we got engaged, so he wasn't back just for the meal.
Can I just say,
Hmm?
I do not like when they use just one letter for like multiple people's names. It's annoying and sometimes confusing because
This
I'm
is
like, wait, who is R? That's not a real name, so I
this is
don't
so
remember.
fucking hilarious because the final update, people were messing with, they were saying that so much that they actually gave them
Oh,
names.
thank God.
So do you want me to refer to everyone as their names then?
Yeah,
So to help with Slap's request, The OP does eventually give people names, but I can't remember what the sister's name is. So I'm just going to call her Kay, like Kay. Hopefully that helps a little. Okay. So the R is going to be Rob. Okay. So the guy, his name is Rob. All right, cool. So earlier this year, my sister Kay, 32 female, got a serious eye infection that very quickly turned into an ulcer,
Oh.
which scarred her cornea
Oh.
and left it at a high risk of perforation.
Like she's gonna go blind.
Or like it's gonna like Slap doesn't like ice stuff. He gets weird about
Like
it.
any show or movie where they're like things pointing towards an eye, like a scary scene, I'm about to throw up. It's terrible.
Shitting and farting, bro. Like I had to sit on his chest. Y'all don't be dirty, but I had to literally sit on his chest and hold him down with my titties to make him take eye drops. Like I was just like trying so hard. See, he does not like eye stuff. Like like people have like the eyes. I'm sorry. You know what? Never mind. We can talk about it. Y'all want to talk about it later? Y'all just let me know. We'll talk about it without him. Okay.
Thank you.
Anyway, but like yeah, he don't like eye stuff, so this is really disturbing for him. Anyway, so she needed a graft, but her surgeon was away for 4 weeks, so she was going to have to wait until he got back to have it. However, her eye didn't hold and it did perforate the next day. Um and it did perforate the day I was supposed to go to the family meal with Rob's brother. Kay's wife was at work and had her phone turned off, and our mom was away with our stepdad. So when Kay called to let me know what was happening, I knew she would be at the hospital on her own. I immediately talked to my boss, and he let me go early so Kay wasn't on her own. I texted Rob to let him know what was going on, and he texted me back to send Kay his love and to remind me about the meal tonight. I ignored his comment about the meal as it was the last thing on my mind. Right.
Right.
Once I got to the hospital, I was taken back into a room where Kay was to be greeted by 3 doctors and 2 nurses rushing around trying to help Kay. I was then informed that she needed to have an emergency operation to have her eye glued or else she was going to lose it completely. The problem was they didn't have a surgeon at the hospital that could do it, and she needed to go to another hospital an hour and a half away.
Jesus.
They asked if she would need transportation or if I could take her, and I said I would take her. Once we got to the other hospital, we were told that she would be having the operation at 5:30 p.m. I knew then that I wouldn't make the dinner and texted Rob to let him know. He flipped out and basically told me to leave Kay at the hospital and have her wife pick her up after the operation was done. At this point, I still hadn't been able to get a hold of Kay's wife, and I told him that wasn't going to happen and that he was out of order for even asking me to do that.
Right.
I then texted his mom and I told her what was going on. She was really supportive and told me to stay with Kay and let her know how the operation goes. A dinner can be rescheduled. Kay's health can't.
Right.
I also spoke with his brother, who was equally as understanding.
So what's the issue?
So, what's the issue?
You never know with these men in the woods.
Fuck. I wasn't ready. I stayed with Kay. Her operation was a success, and I got her back home around 9 p.m. Her wife had ordered some Chinese and offered me some, which I happily accepted as I hadn't eaten since lunch. With that, I didn't get home until about 11 p.m., and Rob was already asleep. Rob was very short with me for days after, and we ended up having a huge fight where he told me that I should have put his brother and family before Kay. So put yo people before my blood relative
My own sister?
that I don't have issues with, right? Let's be honest. Like we cool. You think I'm gonna put my blood over
I'm
you?
just gonna abandon her to go to eat with you. Okay.
Like remember you had a boss who was like, you were like, I need to go to my wife. She's about to have our baby.
Yeah,
like
like
she's
you
in the
were
hospital.
going into labor and he wouldn't let me just leave.
You left anyway.
Yeah.
Shit.
Like, I called him. I was out on a job, and I was like, "Hey, I'm gonna bring the trailer back. I gotta get across DFW, okay? Like, I'm gonna be like 2 hours getting home, and she's going into labor right now. So I have to go now. So I'm going now." And he was like, "You can't do that. We have like 2 more jobs to do." And I was like, "I'm bringing the trailer back. Thank you." I drove
Damn.
that bitch on the shoulder around the fucking lunch traffic.
And then, but no, that's fucking crazy. Like, that's fucking mad crazy. He said he was embarrassed going to the meal without me, but everyone knew why she wasn't there.
Right. Everyone was cool with it too. Like, she even specifically texted the brother who the dinner was for
Specifically.
and the moms, and they were like, "Yeah, take care of your sister."
And I responded that I was embarrassed that he thought that I would put a meal before my sister's health.
That's right.
Listen, OP, stand your ground. Yes. This led to another week of awkwardness between us before we finally sat down and then we sorted it out, or so I thought. 8 weeks ago, Kay got her graft, and so far everything's going really well with it. On Saturday, his brother was here, so we went out for dinner with his family, and his family were all asking about Kay, and I showed them a picture of the stitches. Oh, I'm so sorry, honey. I thought everything had gone really well until we got home, and he got really angry, saying I shouldn't have brought up Kay's health issues and I shouldn't have shown them the picture. Slap's like, hey, listen, I agree with that
I mean,
second
don't
one.
show me the picture, okay? I don't care if you show everybody around me. I'm gonna be like, I don't want to see that surgery on
Please.
an eye.
Like, I'm the first to say, like, somebody's like, oh my God, this is mad fucked up. And then they're like, ooh, do you want to see it? And I'm like, no, I will not look at that. Thank you. Anyway, so I argued that they'd asked about her, right? And asked to see the picture. Oh my gosh. It ended with him telling me that I needed to put him and his family before Kay, or else we weren't going to work. I guess we not working. Bye. Here's my
Right.
2 weeks notice. Bye.
Hey, at least we talked about it, I
Okay.
guess.
Okay. Bye. You know. All right. All right. Okay. Bye. Like, for real. What? I would, even when we were okay with your family, I would have never expected you to put a family emergency on the back burner, like,
Right.
ever, ever. Because I wouldn't. I'd be, man, I might just dip out. I'll send for you. You know what I'm saying? If it's important enough, I will fucking leave immediately. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's crazy. Dinner. Dinner. He goes on to say, his family will come before mine once we're married, so I should just get used to it. Yeah, yeah. I went upstairs and packed the bag. Stand on business. And now I'm at my mom's house, and he's bombarding me with text and calls ever since I left. I do love him, but I will never put his family above my own family's health. I feel like he's expecting me to spend every holiday with his family and put their wants above my family's needs, which won't happen.
Right.
I'm very close to my sister and my mom. See, when it's blood and y'all good, ain't nothing better. You okay? Listen. But that's not going to change. So I don't really know how to move forward, or even if I want to. Has anyone ever experienced anything like this before? If so, how'd you deal with it? Too long didn't read. My fiance got mad that I missed a dinner with his family because my sister needed emergency surgery and I was the only one available to take her. He is now insisting that I put his family before my own, and I don't know how to move forward
You
with him.
you don't. Like, if y'all aren't, if I was good with my family, we would uh compromise for holidays and stuff. Like, I would never get mad that you went to, like, go to the hospital with any of your family instead of going to eat with me. Like, what? It's dinner, bro. It's not that serious. Nobody else cared either. Like, why is he so upset?
I think it's just because he couldn't believe that she was gonna not go. You know what I mean? And
I don't understand how. Like, I would entirely expect you to want to rush to the hospital if something happened to your family,
hmm,
no matter what we're doing. And I'd be like, okay, if I'm with you, I'm gonna be like, let's go. If I'm not with you, I'm gonna be like, go ahead.
mm. So the OP did write an update. It's a lot longer than the first post. Do you want to read it or do you want me to read this?
I want
Oh,
to read it.
okay.
Thank you so much for everyone that commented. I replied to as many as I could, but I read them all. Warning, this is going to be longer than the original post. A lot has happened. Oh my god.
Yeah, it escalated so quickly. Like this was
Is this a regular show episode?
it low key kind of is.
For a quick update, I left him and he's out of my house. His mom is seriously pissed at him and his brother has gone no contact with him for the foreseeable future. Oh my god, you weren't lying. For those that want a long version,
Yes.
I want to know how that happened for sure.
Grab your vibes and delight.
Let's keep going. Once I decided to end things with him, I knew that the main issue would be getting him out of my house. I own the house outright. My grandma died 5 years ago and left her house to my mom, who sold it and split the money between me and my sister. I then bought my house with that money about a year after she died. I got in touch with my stepdad's friend, who is a landlord, the day after I wrote my original post. Boo that man.
Boo.
Who then put me
Boo.
in touch with his solicitor. He didn't have time to see me in person that day, but we did have a phone call where he gave me my options. In the UK, we have something called a Section 8 notice. This is a 14-day eviction notice, and the solicitor said this would be the quickest way to get him out. Solicitors are British lawyers.
Oh, okay. That makes a lot more sense. I was wondering, I was like, I think it's an attorney,
Yeah.
but maybe it's like a government official. I'm not sure, but that makes a lot more sense. So much more sense.
However, he could try and contest it if he wanted to, which would lead to court dates and could take months. I asked him to draw up the notice and date it for Friday the next day. I had already made the decision to end things with him after work on Friday.
Already headed out the door.
They always let you go on a Friday,
Really?
man, so you don't cause no problems.
God dang.
Yeah, HR just likes to do it that way.
Ooh, shit.
I feel like I'd be more mad getting fired on a Friday when you could have just fired me on the Monday. You know, you made me work a whole week.
On the one hand, yeah, you fucking right. Like if
Like,
you
knew?
knew, like you, and they definitely know,
fucking know,
and they definitely know. But I also like want that last pay, that last week.
True.
Because usually they do it on a pay week, so that means that you're gonna get one more paycheck after that. So like that's the only thing.
I'd still be mad though.
I'd still be mad, but yeah,
I ain't gonna say nothing.
But,
I'm gonna be mad about it.
Right.
So she ended it on Friday after work so that he could have the weekend to sort through his emotions before work on Monday.
If we're I think it would be worse to get dumped on a Friday, bro, because like when you're at work, you like, hey man,
You got
can
something
I
to
crash?
do at work.
Right. Can I crash on your couch
Right.
tonight? Or hey man, my girl left me. Can we have dinner or something? Like
And also, like,
on the weekend, everybody's like, who the fuck are you, man?
I'm busy. But like, okay, it's the weekend. If you had plans with your partner, those plans are canceled, right? You're just gonna be sad or upset, and it's gonna ruin your weekend. And if you're dumping someone, that might ruin your weekend. You know what I mean? I'll dump you on Sunday night, let's say,
Nah.
and then we both have to go to work.
No.
And I have something to distract me from your text or whatever.
Nah, because that's not how I function.
You have something to keep you busy while you're dealing with this breakup. And then by the time you get through that whole work week, you're like, finally I get to relax, and you don't want to care about the breakup that happened. So it ends cleaner, I feel like.
Damn, I wish I could be like that because I would be fucked up. Like I'd rather get dumped on a Friday, I guess, and then I would just go to my mom's house You know what I'm saying? I would
You be
just go home.
crying.
I would go home and cry about it. Cause how you gonna dump me? First of all.
Okay, but I don't I don't want that time to cry. I want to be able to like think it through while I'm doing other stuff. Like
Yes, but
I don't want to have just like a whole weekend of free time to be miserable because then I'm going to be
no.
more miserable after that weekend, guaranteed.
No, because to me, I need to not deal with my job and people's stupid, petty bullshit when my
Yeah.
life is quite literally crumbling around me. If a customer is like, I'm going to go shopping with my mom, or I just got married, and I'm going to be like, fuck you, man. You know what I'm saying? So, like, I can't. And then to be dumped on a Sunday, that's like getting dumped on a work day. Give me the
You can go
weekend.
home and cry and then
You
wake up
like nine to
and move
five
on.
on the weekend. Oh no.
All right, let me get back to the story. On Friday morning, I text Rob and asked him to meet with me at our local pub after work. Britain is just so quaint and goofy to me. I don't know. At the pub. He quickly agreed. Not only is the pub a public space, but my stepdad and a few of his work friends go in there every Friday after work for a few pints. Hold on. Your stepdad's a landlord. His work friends? You mean his extorter friends?
Probably.
Fuck your pub too.
Ooh,
I bet all the landlords go there.
ooh, you know
It's
what?
like a cop pub.
Yeah,
That's somehow maybe worse. Cop or landlord?
I would say
Cop or
a
landlord in the
landlord.
forest?
Ooh,
The landlord's gonna start charging you to live there.
right. I was gonna say
Like you
the
just standing
landlord's
there.
gonna
He's like, "Hey, I
the
need 500 this week."
the landlord's just gonna be like, yeah, I'll call somebody, and you know what I'm saying. But like, I'm not gonna say I would. I'm dead. I'm out. I'm out. I'm gone, baby. I'm out of here. Okay.
Oh, that
Just
stuff's kicking in.
yeah, I can tell you
All
are
right.
yelling. But like, but no, like, if I would have to choose a landlord versus a cop, I would probably choose the cop. If I'm being totally honest with you.
You're crazy. I would
Yeah.
choose a landlord. I could fight a landlord and
But
maybe
a
not get
landlord's
shot.
gonna like make everything a million times worse and slow us down
But like with the
too.
landlord, it's more like I'm not trapped in here with you. You're trapped in here with me, Mr. Landlord.
I guess you could use them as bait, you know, and a cop would have all that shit on him. Well, we could use that. Like I could. Okay, we'll give him to the bear. The bear has his time,
Oh,
and
there's a bear too.
we take all the shit, and then we just survive in the forest on the cops' gear.
If there's a bear in the forest, do you want there to be a landlord or a cop with you?
To
The cop might shoot the bear, but he might shoot you. Uh,
oh no! Don't shoot the
the
bear.
landlord might throw you at the bear, but you could throw the landlord at the bear and escape. So it's whoever's more cutthroat at that point.
Yeah, for real.
And you
Damn.
know the landlord's cutthroat, so don't hesitate.
Right. I was about to say,
Don't give him a
man.
chance.
What you silly? You are
Okay.
so fucking silly.
Sorry.
Oh, also, I was gonna say, um, if the stepdad is like a landlord, right? Then I bet you the people that his friends are people that are like his like gophers.
These little flunkies
Like,
who go
cause
beat
remember
people up for
what
the rent.
when we had a friend whose parent was doing the landlord realtor stuff. Remember, he asked you.
Yeah, he asked if I want to go help him collect. I was like,
Yeah. No.
that's that's not me. I'm not that kind of person.
Slap. They were like, you're a big old dude. You're a
Right.
big burly. Oh, and that would make sense. Like if he is sending his gophers, like the big surly people, to collect rent, that would be why she felt safer at that pub too, because there's a bunch of huge ass dudes there.
And they work for her dad.
And I bet you they're like workers, like gardeners, like shit like that. Interesting. Go ahead.
Thank you for suggesting this, Redditors. I also picked up the eviction notice on my lunch break, so I was ready to give it to him. It cost 250p, but it
Pound.
was worth it. When I got to the pub, Rob was already there, and my stepdad was standing at the bar with his workmates. I sat down with Rob and got straight to the point. I told him it was over. I couldn't be with someone who didn't give me any support when I was going through one of the scariest moments of my life and expected me to drop my family for his. It didn't matter what excuses he could come up with. I wasn't interested. I had made up my mind and we were done.
Stand on business.
He stared at me in shock for what felt like an hour, but was probably only a minute or so. He then started saying I couldn't be serious. We'd been together for 7 years and I was throwing it all away. I could never find another guy like him. Good. Jesus.
Right.
responded-
Let's be so fucking for real.
I responded to the last comment with, I don't want a guy like you. That's why I'm
Oh,
into
shit.
I need someone who will support me when the times get tough, not get annoyed that the world isn't bowing down to what he wants. I then handed him an envelope with the eviction notice on it and my engagement ring. I told him I was giving him a few weeks to find a place and be out of my house. Then I stood up and walked over to my stepdad, who had bought me a much needed drink, and I stayed with him until my ex left, still looking in shock. I knew he wouldn't approach me while I was with my stepdad, as he's always been a little scared of him. This is obviously a very condensed version of what happened. I mean, that was pretty well done.
Right. Also, standing on business. I don't need to do like you anyway. God damn. What did he expect? What's gonna Oh, shit. Like, she's already been just 100% on business. What? That was just funny.
Once I got back to my mom's house, I had one single text from him saying he wasn't moving out and he was going to contest the eviction until I'd come to my senses and got back with him. We are not over, was how he ended the text. I just turned my phone off and decided to deal with the legal side of things on Monday. There was nothing else I could do.
So the OP must be like you. Let's just do business on Monday, okay?
Right.
Like,
Saturday morning, I woke up and turned my phone back on and had another text from him saying that he would move out if I paid him $10,000, as that's what he'd paid toward bills while he lived in the house. He wants a rebate. $10,000 over 7 years, though. I feel like that's a really good deal. That's crazy, actually.
yeah, I was about to say, I think that 7 years, right? Like, our rent is over.
Because she owns the house.
Oh, yeah.
So he was just like, I paid electricity. Shut up.
Oh, yeah, I was like, I don't think that counts.
Oh, he paid for half the electricity, gas, Wi-Fi,
Oh.
and Sky package. The Sky package is only expensive because he has to have every sports channel known to man. Yeah. Fuck off.
What a gross guy.
No, you don't get a rebate for bills, bro.
Right.
The last 7 years of my life, I shouldn't have paid for none of that because we broke up.
Oh my gosh. And that makes so much more sense because I was like, I think that like rent is over $1,000, right? And that's 12 months. That's like $12,000 right there. Like,
crazy.
7 years, bro. But bro, shut the fuck up. Sit down somewhere when grown folks is talking.
Go watch your sports.
Right.
I'd already asked the solicitor about this, and he assured me that I don't owe him any money as he didn't contribute to a mortgage or any renovations of the house. It was just general expenses. He also knew that I don't have $10,000 laying around. Let's say I was irritated by this and decided to ring his mom to see if she could talk some sense into him. I'll call his mom Sarah to make it easier. She was appalled by what I told her, and she said she would speak to him. She called me back about an hour later and asked me to meet her at the house. Rob was on an away day to watch his football team play.
So what did you buy this package for if you're just gonna go in person? Bet you has season tickets to that shit too. Bet.
Oh my God.
It's just a fanboy.
And he'd be back around 10 p.m., so I knew he wasn't there. I met her at the house with Kay, and Sarah said that Rob's brother was on his way back home, and they would have Rob out by the following afternoon.
Dang.
She hadn't even spoken to Rob, just his brother, but she promised he would be out. Sarah then asked me to walk her through the house, showing her exactly what was his and what wasn't, so he didn't take anything that didn't belong to him.
Yo, this ex future mother-in-law is the fucking shit, dude.
Right, like, that would suck if, like, the whole family was, like, great, but he was shit.
Right. Ugh. The next morning, oh, my bad.
Dang.
It's long as fuck.
I'm sorry I read slow. The next morning, I got a text from Rob calling me all the names under the sun for getting his mom and brother involved. I blocked him, and a couple hours later, Sarah texted me to let me know he was out and staying with her. I thanked her, and she told me she would like to stay in contact, and I happily agreed.
That's what's up. That's a good ass ex future mom. I keep wanting to call her mother in law, but she's not. She never
Ex
was.
mother in law, I don't know.
No, she's ex
Oh, they
future
weren't ever
mother in law.
married.
Yeah, ex future mother in law. So it's got two extras.
I went back to my house after work on Monday, changed the alarm code, and my stepdad changed all the locks for me. My
Nice,
stepdad is also arranging for a friend of his to install cameras around the outside of the house. This will be done over the weekend.
nice.
Sarah rang me on Tuesday asking if we could meet up, as she had some things she wanted me to know. So we met for lunch the next day. It was at this time she told me her ex was a controlling a hole who was incredibly selfish, and the selfishness was what she had seen in Rob for so long. That's why she had commented on him being like his father, but she had hoped that was the extent of Rob's attitude and he hadn't picked up his dad's controlling behavior, which, to be fair, he hadn't up until this whole episode.
You're just like your father. Okay, but no, that's fucking insane though, because he tripped at the finish line. Like he had this whole facade
Right.
this whole time, 7 years,
And a
right?
dinner made him go crazy.
Right, like it was a family emergency, which is something that's completely plausible. You know what I'm saying? I'm just like it was like the smallest thing, you know what I mean? And then it led to a deep dive into a very big thing. And like you were right there and I like hate that I'm like, damn fool, like you fucking tripped out the finish line. That shit's funny as fuck though. Cause like while I'm so excited that you didn't get to ruin that beautiful
Right, I'm
person,
very glad he did.
but like damn how you fuck up
Like,
like
why'd you
that.
work that hard to lie about who you were for 7 years? Like, you could have just been yourself that whole time
Bro, shit, man.
with
Like,
someone else or by yourself. Maybe work on it just for nothing.
oh,
It's crazy people live their life that way.
it is.
She had left Rob's dad after he punched Rob's brother in the face when he was 14 and Rob was 10. He had never laid a hand on her or their sons before, but one time was enough and she left with the boys. To her knowledge, her ex had never reached out to speak to Rob or his brother, and they hadn't spoke to their father in years. I didn't know any of this. All I had been told was that their dad wasn't in the picture and hadn't been for a long time. But Sarah had thought we oh, but Sarah had thought I knew, and that's why she hadn't told me before.
He just suddenly did it, just like this dude just suddenly just decided to show his true colors. How old was he when he did that? I wonder.
You know,
Because, like, doesn't some mental things manifest later in your
yeah,
life?
like some things do like just flip a switch almost on people, but also like some things can medically mess with your mental state like that. So like if someone you love does suddenly switch, maybe try to go get them to get some help, like medically also as therapeutically and stuff.
Hmm.
But I don't know if that's happening here.
Yeah, like,
However, she had found out on Sunday night that Rob was back in contact with his father and had been for the past year. His dad has been putting a lot of thoughts into Rob's heads about how he's the man of the house and his family is all that matters.
what?
This has fed into Rob's selfish tendencies and had amplified them tenfold.
What? I'm just so confused. Like, I assumed when she started talking about the dad, right, that something was going on. But like my raw reaction was like, wait. So we brought up the dad for a reason, right? So that means that he's with the dad. But with that context, he saw him beating his brother up and has been talking to him. What are y'all talking about? Obviously, it's poison, whatever y'all are talking about, but I'm just like, you saw that happen. How are you justifying a child getting punched in the face by your dad. Like,
People are weird
that's,
about, past abusers. Some like especially parents.
yeah, you're right. I just,
It's
like
rough.
they like,
I don't know what I would do if I was in that situation. Like, would I miss my dad and want to
right,
try again? Would
exactly.
I listen to
So
him? And I don't know.
I'm sorry. You're right. You're really right. But damn, I don't know. If I witness somebody like whooping
You
somebody,
would think like you'd be like, I'd never want to see
I
my dad
never.
again. He beat up my brother.
Right. But that's wild. But you're right. Maybe dad, dad issues. I got dad issues, but my dad issues are different.
Sarah said that she had told him to find somewhere else to stay as soon as possible, as she couldn't even look him in the face. And then Rob and his brother had a huge argument that ended up with his brother telling him that as long as Rob is in touch with their dad, then he'll have zero contact with him. Even
Mm,
going so far as to tell him to spend Christmas with their dad because Sarah is going to his house and Rob isn't welcome there.
mm.
When Sarah took Rob's brother's side in all this, Rob threw into a rage and said he would move in with his dad. He then left the house and came back a couple hours later looking like he had been crying. Turns out his dad didn't want him living with him and
Fuck.
basically said he could be on the streets for all he cares. He's not putting a roof over a grown man's head.
Fuck.
Of course. The abusive dad isn't supporting and caring now.
You
After
think
all
that
these years, after you've been talking to him for 1 year and he ruined your marriage
right.
because you listened to him,
You think that this would be the point,
that he would like grovel,
Right.
please, I'm an idiot,
Right.
whatever you want, take me back.
But
But no,
here we are.
it's a long story. It's gonna keep going, I'm sure. Sarah thinks Rob is now starting to realize everything he's lost due to him listening to his dad, and he's seen his dad's true colors. Sarah is incredibly disappointed in him, but he's her son, so she's trying to be there for him as best she can. However, she still wants him out as she doesn't trust him anymore. His brother still won't have anything to do with him. She has also told him to stay the hell away from me, as I don't need to be brought into this, and he has promised her that he will. Only time will tell if that's true, but I do have him blocked on everything, and if he turns up to the house, I will just call the police to get rid of him. The more Sarah told me about what's been going on behind my back, the more resolute I have become about not wanting nothing to do with him. I never want to see him again if I can help it. So, all in all, Rob's life is a shit show, but as long as he stays away from me, then I don't care. I've been spending a lot of time with my sister and her wife as well, and my mom and stepdad, which has been great. I've never really been this close to my stepdad, but this brought us a lot closer, which has been one huge positive out of all this. I'm
That's
not
good.
exactly happy right now, but I'll get there. There's still a lot of feelings that I need to unpack, and it will take time to move on from this whole situation. I don't think I'll be dating for a while. I really need to get over this, and I don't want to dump it on anyone else right now.
Big facts, because it took me ages and ages to be okay with starting to think about dating. Now, did I go get me some? That's a different story. But no, for real, always take care of your shit first and then get the fuck out there.
For all those asking how Kay's doing, she's doing great. She had a hospital appointment on Monday, and her consultant said her eye is healing. In his words, marvelously. So that's a relief. Thank you to everyone who reached out to me. I hope there won't be any need to update this again, so this should be my final update.
Dun dun
Is
dun.
it?
No,
Uh,
not at all. I accidentally spoiled this episode, like the story that we were going to read. I like put in there, I was like, oops, sorry, I almost spoiled it, guys. And Bustuff was like, oh, what was it? Give me spoiler. It 8 parts. This story's long as fuck. And I'm not quite sure if it's actually 8 parts, but just know it's more than 3. Am I the asshole for telling my ex that it's not my fault that he's homeless? All right, so the next part of the update is, am I the asshole for telling my ex that it's not my fault that he's homeless? Now, the first part of this is them just recapping, so I'm just going to skip down. I hadn't heard from Rob in weeks, but yesterday he showed up at my house. I had the chain on my door, so I opened it with it still attached. No way would I let him in. He basically told me that he had nowhere to live, his mom wasn't speaking to him, and his dad won't put a roof over a grown man's head. His words, not mine. And he asked if I would take him back or at least let him live with me. No, 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 no. No way in hell would I get back with him, and getting him out with the first time only went easy because his mom stepped in to help. He had threatened to take me to court, knowing that if he did it, it could take months to get him out, and then he said he would only move if I gave him £2,000. I contacted his mom, who was furious about this, and then she turned up with his brother and forced him out. I told him that there was zero possibility of him ever living with me again and that we were 100% over. He started shouting at me and calling me all sorts of names, so I threatened to call the police if he didn't leave and shut the door. I have cameras all over my house. So I caught everything he did and said on camera, and I have it saved to a USB just in case. Oh my gosh, OP, you're so smart. And also, I love that you're standing on business the way you are. He then went crying to all our mutual friends, and it managed to get back to his mom. Damn. Just, man, why is he acting like a boy mom kid boy, but the boy, but the mom is like, what is this? Like, what are you doing? Like, she called me and asked what happened. Oh my gosh, trying to get all the sides of the story before she goes in and it's like, oh, Rob, you know what I'm saying? She called me and asked what happened. I told her, and then she informed me that she had put her house up for sale and was moving 300 miles away to be nearer her other son. Her and R had a huge argument about it, Rob, and she finally just kicked him out. Since then, he's been couch surfing, but with Christmas coming up, his friends aren't really happy with him. But with Christmas coming up, his friends aren't really happy with having him on their couches when they have kids and are meant to be enjoying the festive season. He's been kicked out of 3 friends' houses in 10 days. That's crazy, dog.
He must be miserable to be around.
He has to be fucking up.
3 in 10 days.
Yeah, like
maybe 3 days at each. That's crazy.
Right. No, that's fucking weird.
And kicked out even. Not even just like you're in rotation, like,
right.
Hey, I'll stay at whatever's house during the week.
Right. Nah, you got kicked out.
Got kicked out.
That word choice was like very telling. She told me I had the right to refuse, or she told me that I was right to refuse him, but I've since had other friends say that they feel sorry for him.
Okay, you take him in.
Right, and that I can just let him stay in my spare room until he's back on his feet. I then asked them to put him up.
That's right.
But they said that they would, but they don't have room, and if they had a spare room like me, then they would let him stay. My family and his are on my side, but I'm starting to doubt myself with what my friends have said, so am I the asshole? First of all, fuck your friends.
Yeah.
Second of all, we have kept people who needed it without having an extra room, right? Y'all just don't give a fuck, okay? Y'all just don't give a fuck. Like, it was most unfortunate what happened. It was unfortunate that they had to come to us in the first place. You know what I'm saying? But we had a good relationship. We had space. We had a couch, right? Like, y'all are being fucking stupid. Like, we don't have rooms, so... Just a quick edit as I'm going to bed. I've just spoken with the wife of one of Rob's friends, and she's asked to meet me on my lunch break tomorrow. Apparently, Rob stayed with them for 2 nights before she kicked him out, and there's more going on than what I know of. She's going to tell me the full story tomorrow, but told me that I shouldn't let him anywhere near me, and that he's staying in a B&B, a bread and breakfast, bed and breakfast.
I like bread and breakfast too.
And so he does have at least a roof over his head right now. I'll try and update this after I spoke to her.
Bro, she left us with a cliffhanger and went to bed.
Bro.
If I saw this live, I'd be like, no, what happened? He was cheating on her.
Oh my gosh.
Is that it?
Oh, I don't know.
Oh, let's
Oh
get to
yeah,
it.
yeah. Like I was about to say, like, who cares about me? Like,
Let's
let's just
keep
slap.
going.
Relax. So the next part is an update to Am I the Asshole for telling my ex that it's not my fault that he's homeless. So the OP names these people later, like I said, much later, Nat and Zach. Okay. So Nat, 30 female, and her husband Zach, 29 female. Oh my bad. I'm just gay as fuck over here. Anyway, so 29 male, Zach. Anyway, so so I went to meet her on my lunch break at a cafe near my work. It's a place that a lot of my coworkers go to, and I know the staff there as well. A few Redditors thought that she might bring Rob with her, so I wanted to be somewhere I felt comfortable and have backup if I needed it. Turns out that I didn't need to bother with that. When I got to the cafe, Nat was there on her own. I grabbed some lunch and a drink and sat with her. We went through the usual small talk before she started telling me what had been going on. Rob rang Zach on Thursday morning saying he had nowhere to go and could he stay with them for a few days. Zach spoke with Nat and they agreed that he could stay in their guest room. Rob went to their house after work and they had a long talk where Rob told them as he had a flat lined up but can't move in till January. Zach and Nat agreed to let them live with him until January as long as he followed some basic rules, paid for his own food, and the rules were things like don't bring women here. If he went out drinking, he had to be quiet when he got back so they didn't wake up their daughter,
Whoa.
who's 6. He agreed to all this, paid for a Chinese dinner for all of them that night.
Chips and curry.
Stop. The next day after work, Rob went to meet his dad in the pub for a few pints. Why are you still talking to him? He told you to go suck a dick. He told you to he doesn't even give a fuck about you. You lost your girl.
He lost his whole
you
life
lost
for
your
him.
mom,
Maybe
your
that's why.
brother, like
maybe that's it. Maybe it's just he has nothing else.
but I'm just like
Just gonna be miserable with his dad.
right, but I'm just like your dad's miserable too.
Right, and you're just like him now. Good job. You listened to him and did what he would do, which was ruin his own life too.
My gosh. So the next day after work, they went to the pub for a few pints. Zach and Nat went to bed. Rob still wasn't home. They were woken up at about 2 in the morning with Rob arguing with a woman on the first day?
Night, bro?
Apparently, Rob had met this woman in a bar, took her back to Zach and Nat's house, got his, oh my Jesus, and then told her to get dressed and fuck off once he was done. And she got mad. They started an argument where Rob was saying some really horrific shit to her. And then Nat took the woman downstairs, got her a taxi, and Zach stayed upstairs arguing with Rob. What the fuck? On the first day?
Nah, you're gone, bro.
With my daughter in the house?
Right.
Once Nat had got rid of the woman, she went back upstairs and tried to calm Zach and Rob down. At this point, Rob decided to take out his frustrations on Nat, calling her a bitch and telling her to do something useful and make him a sandwich before, oh, child, stop. Before busting out laughing like he'd make the funniest joke ever. This made Zach lose it and pinned Rob to the wall by his throat. Side note, Rob isn't a fighter at all, whereas Zach was an amateur boxer in his youth and can handle himself well. Nat managed to get Zach to let him go, and Rob was shoved in the guest room and told to sleep off the alcohol. It's a miracle that N's daughter didn't wake up during this. Next morning, Nat got their daughter ready and went to her mom's after telling Zach to get Rob out of their house. Zach agreed, and after Nat left, he woke up Rob and told him to pack his shit and fucking leave. Yes. Rob tried to apologize.
Nah. You got it.
Rob tried to apologize and begged to stay.
The first night.
Right.
No. What? You got the ticket. to be somewhere till your flat was ready,
Right.
if it ever was, and you immediately broke all the rules.
Like all of them.
All
All
of
of
them.
them.
There were like, oh, I don't know if he paid for food yet. Okay.
Yeah, he did. He paid for Chinese food that night.
Oh, so he paid
or
for
the night
he
before.
followed that rule,
Yes.
but he broke every other rule.
Oh,
First night.
my
Crazy.
goodness. He tried to apologize and beg to stay, but Zach was having none of it and kicked him out. Going off the timing, I think that he left there and came to my house. Oh my gosh.
This is like some real like crisis, self-destructive spiral behavior. Like, why would you keep messing your life up further?
And, we were talking about, like, was this maybe like a sudden oncoming psychosis? Maybe he just had a moment, or his dad was like feeding him poison. You know what I'm saying?
Toxicity.
But he's lost his whole livelihood. So now there is crisis. You know what I mean? Like, so maybe this codependence on his dad, maybe like, you know what, I'm not gonna put nothing on it. I'm just gonna be like, he's in the middle of a crisis right now, and that's probably why he's making really, really bad choices. So that really, really sucks, but damn, your mama tried.
Really did.
On Sunday, Zach texted Rob to meet up so they could speak, and they met in a pub. Zach is a good man. Zach is a good man. Because what? Zach has been friends with Rob since they were 11.
Jeez.
And has never seen him act like he has been doing so. And he wanted to find out what was really going on. That is a good fucking friend right
really
there.
Is.
Because I would have... Snip, snip. What the like some fucking Wolverine, like no
boundaries.
Like, God. He managed to get the truth of it. Rob has been in contact with his dad for a lot longer than he told us, for over 2 years. So he really tripped at the finish line. Because if his dad has been in his fucking ear,
getting to him the whole time.
His dad is a raging misogynist and believes a woman's place is in the kitchen or in the bedroom. A man's place is to rule the house and be waited on hand and foot, as well as deciding who can and can't be in their lives. He's been dripping this poison into R's ear, and it's really taken hold of him.
Why do these guys listen to this from dudes who don't even have that? Like, you don't even live that way, and you're telling everybody that's how you should live. Why are you listening to this guy? That's crazy.
I bet you, like, it stems from that culture of, like, oh, he's doing what he wants to on his terms because he's single and alone and doesn't have to check in with anybody.
But he's talking about how a man is supposed to be waited on hand and foot.
Right. Like,
who's waiting on you?
Like, I'm saying, like, they see them out and about, like, doing what they want to do, right? And they're like, he has freedom to do what he wants, and he talking about he's giving me good advice about how I can be king. You know what I'm saying? While you're drinking,
king of nowhere,
right?
Bro.
But you don't stop to think that what is he king of? He doesn't even have any of this shit. He looks cool. He looks like he's in control of his life because he's alone. You know what I'm saying? But like, people get so narrow-minded, like. People don't think about it. Like, oh, you wanted to get your high school sweetheart or the one that got away, so you cheated and threw away the best thing ever in your life. You know what I'm saying? Like, just shit like that. It's like you don't think about the consequences. You only think in the moment, and this is where this dude is.
We should have just kept reading.
Oh, shit. Rob wants to start living his life the way his father has told him he should. When Zach pointed out that Rob's dad is 60... Read ahead! 62, living in a shitty one-bedroom flat. Not had a real relationship since Rob's mom left him. Has no friends. His family doesn't speak to him. And he's the type of guy that when he walks into a pub, people finish their pints so they can leave and get away from him. Damn. Like, especially at a bar, too. Like, I've never seen... The only reason I would ever leave a bar is because of some shit like that. Like, the energy is dumb now. And I'm leaving. Like, damn. damn. And then Rob was furious about what? He
Nah.
told Zach.
Get away from this dude. You're too good for him, Zach.
Bro. He told Zach that his dad is just misunderstood. I'm leaving. I'm gonna head out.
All right, I'm gonna head out.
Like, he told Zach that his dad was just misunderstood. Zach responded that people understood his dad, and that's why they stayed away from him. He's toxic.
Oh God, that's so good.
Damn, these people are epic. All these people in this story, bro. It almost makes me wonder if it's real, but like I believe this is
I could see it happening.
I could absolutely believe this happening.
It's like I was upset that like the family was good to her, but he was shitty, and now like
that's
your
reality.
friends are really good to you, and you're shitty to them. What are you doing?
This crazy. And this pretty much ended their conversation. Rob left. Zach did find out that Rob does have a flat lined up for January, so that was true. And he found a bread and breakfast he can stay in till the flat is ready at minimal cost. Zach and Nat have also decided to go no contact with Rob as they don't need that toxicity around them, especially their daughter.
Right.
A few Redditors had said it sounded like Rob was on substances, so I asked Nat what she thought, and she doesn't think so, but she can't be sure. I don't think so. He'd be like begging you for more money, and he'd probably be more gaunt, and he wouldn't be showing up at work, I think, if it was this bad, you know what I mean? But I also do not know. She and Zach think that R is just so far under his dad's thumb now that he's completely changed as a person. He believes that everything his dad says is gospel. That's probably part of that mind break from the crisis that he's presently going through by his own hand. She did let me know that Rob has a burner Instagram account that he is using to check on my Instagram, and I immediately made my account private. Good. He had said something about seeing me waste money on a stupid amount of Christmas presents when I couldn't even help him out to Zach on Sunday. I'd been to a Christmas market on Saturday afternoon and had posted pictures on Instagram. All of this just made my resolve stronger that he will not be getting anywhere near my house again. It also made me realize that I don't have any feelings for him anymore other than the frustration at how he's acting and some sadness at how far he's fallen from the man I once knew. I thought that hearing he had another woman in his bed would annoy me, but there was just nothing. I could not have cared less. I thanked Nat for the information and we agreed to keep in touch. We won't be as close as we were when I was with Rob, but it feels good to have someone who knows the entire situation and has seen R's behavior with his own eyes. There were also some Redditors that told me to ditch the friends that told me to let him stay with me. Right. Unfortunately, I can't ditch them completely as they're part of the friend group and that would just cause unnecessary drama. But now you have witnesses. Right. Call them the fuck out. Right. But I will be keeping my distance from them and only talking to them when part of the group. I'm still blasting him, bro.
Friend groups are weird.
Yeah, no. These friend groups are
when
weird.
People have like a big friend group, it's weird because you can't keep like 60 people staying friends. Like there's gonna be this kind of thing, and if you're not addressing it, then you're gonna stay friends. But you're just like all pretending.
Yeah, I guess you're right. The most intimate friends are like the people that come over like once a week. You know what I mean? Like just like family. I'm currently at my sister's and we're going to watch Christmas films to get us in the mood to decorate all our houses this weekend. So I'll be on and off for the next few hours if anyone has any questions. Thanks for the votes and getting me some perspective. Reddit isn't all bad.
For anyone that's still around,
we're still let's keep going.
Still have people reaching out to see if I'm okay. A few hated me just using initials, so R is Rob. Thank you. I really hoped that I wouldn't have to update again, but I just had a call from one of Rob's friends and it looks like he's going to be spending Christmas in prison. Rob! Apparently, he went out on a Saturday night with his dad and they got into an argument which turned physical. Rob isn't a fighter. However, he's bigger and stronger than he's 62, yeah, than his dad. And it ended with his dad falling backwards and hitting his head off a wall, knocking
Oh.
him unconscious. The
Oh.
staff of the pub called the police and an ambulance, but Rob left before they got there.
Oh.
Rob's dad had to go to the hospital where he still is. I'm unsure of his injuries, but they're not life threatening. He must also be awake as he's pressing charges
Oh
against
my
Rob.
gosh.
However, they won't keep him in unless absolutely essential at this time of year.
That is crazy. And also, I like low key wonder, like, if they were both like drunk.
Of course.
Like, did he just go to sleep? Like, he didn't actually get knocked. You know, he just like, he just took a nappy. He went night night. You ready to go night night? Anyway.
Rob was arrested on Sunday morning at the B&B he's been staying at and had to appear in magistrate's court. Magistrate's court. On Monday due to him not having a fixed address right now.
Damn.
And the fact that his dad is still in the hospital, he's been remanded on a Section 18 with intent. Unless he can find permanent address to go to, then he won't be getting out until his trial at Crown Court. I know his mom is already at his brother's over 250 miles away, so I don't think she will be able to help right now.
Also, I was reading that like with intent, so like maybe like
Like he was trying to hurt him.
or like
not accidentally.
murder or something.
Finding this out has actually given me a sense of peace right now. I've been trying to ignore it, but the chance of him turning up and spoiling Christmas has been at the back of my mind ever since he turned up at my house. I'm hoping he stays in over Christmas so that I can just relax. Keeps getting worse.
It does.
Rob,
It's
just keep digging that hole.
Rob,
There's a hole.
there's a hole. But no, like for real, like you would think this would be enough to jolt him. Another mini update, okay? I went round to Nat and Zach. See, y'all are good. Y'all be just fine. Hereby known as Nat and Zach. To drop off a present for their daughter, a bottle of Bells for Zach, and a bottle of Prosecco. I don't, it's not. It's wine. That booze to the peoples, to the realest ones. All right, for Crema, and had a cup of tea with them, whilst they filled me in on what was going on. Rob will be in over Christmas, but will likely get out early January.
His flat will be ready.
Right, but like, are they going to give it away? Because they said he's not going to be able to get out till January. His lawyer is trying to get the charges reduced from Section 18 with intent to a Section 20. I only found out today that a Section 8 with intent is one step down from attempted attempted murder, and you're looking at a double digits in prison if you're found guilty. Section 20 is a lot less severe and is usually like a 2-year suspended sentence for the first time offenders, which for first time offenders, which he is, and his lawyer has said that if he pleads guilty to the Section 20, then CPS will lower the charges to get this one over and done with ASAP, as the courts are ridiculously backed up in UK right now and prisons are full. Zach went to the bed and breakfast he was staying at and got Rob's stuff, which is now sat in his garage as one last favor to Rob. Zach,
you're a gem, but you should stop.
Stop. But, fucking amazing, though. He can't get in touch with me without my consent while he's locked away. The prison literally has to ring me to ask if it's okay that I get put on his approved call list, and only then is he allowed to ring me, which will not be happening. Damn, he tried it. At least that's what I understood, that he either tried it or she knows what the process is if he tries it. But anyway, regardless, I hope he doesn't. I've also spoken to his mom, who's basically washed her hands of him for the time being. Oh my gosh. She thinks that he needs to learn his lesson, and maybe spending Christmas in a cell will teach him how much he's lost the plot.
You can hope. I hope he doesn't keep going, because
I hope so. She's spoken to him and said that he's now saying the right things, but only time will tell if he means them. He is talking about moving to be near his brother to get away from their dad, so maybe he has seen the light. His brother has refused to go on to his call list, so Rob can't contact him. So I don't know how that will work. Damn. As for his dad, he's still in the hospital with a broken hip and has to have surgery. The broken bone and head injury are why the charges are so high right now.
I'm pretty sure in America, at least, if you like assault someone who's like over 60 or somewhere around there, it gets like a up charge of how bad the crime was. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
So maybe that's the same kind of thing.
I was gonna say whenever we have to like use logic whenever we're doing claims, right? If an old man, like it might have been a fender bender, but if an old man was driving, then he's gonna get hurt considerably worse than I would. Like I'm a younger chubby chick, chubby. I'm a younger chubby kid. You know what I'm saying? I'm not old and decrepit, you know what I'm saying, and living a miserable life and drink all the time, you know what I'm saying. You would think they would take that into account. You would hope that you know what, he shouldn't have pushed his daddy. That's all I'm gonna say. That's all I'm gonna
Shouldn't have
say.
been around his dad.
He shouldn't have been around his dad, period. I feel like a weight has been lifted off my shoulders, knowing he can't ruin my Christmas. I'm just about to pack everything into the car and go stay at my mom's until January, but thought I'd finish off the year by letting everyone who's helped me and supported me know that what's going on. Merry Christmas to everyone. Merry Christmas to everyone who celebrates it, and I hope everyone's doing well. Boop. Hi.
13 days ago.
13 days
This
ago.
is fresh content.
Fresh.
Fresh.
For final update, hopefully. Hi all, sorry. It's right, fuck, dude. Hi all, sorry it's been a while since my last update, but I wanted everything to be finished before I updated again. Rob spent Christmas in prison. He didn't get out until the second week of January, and that was only because his mom agreed to let him stay with her again.
I hope he's changed.
And
I'm trying.
I hope the brother, and I wonder how the brother feels about that. He had his plea hearing the first week of February where he pleaded guilty to his Section 20 assault.
So they downgraded it.
Yeah.
Okay.
He then had to wait at least a week to get a sentencing court date. I didn't know how much actually goes into sentencing. They had to get a victim impact statement, a pre-sentencing report from probation, statements with his mom and brother. His barrister even reached out to me to give a statement saying that we had broken up and I'd asked him to leave. He used our breakup as an extenuating circumstance, saying that because of the breakup, our relationship, and him losing his home, that had seriously impacted him and his mental health. The statements from his mom and brother also confirmed that he'd lived in an abusive home when he was young, so he claimed he had PTSD because of that. Okay. These were all read at his sentencing. While I don't doubt that he has PTSD, right? I hate that they're using it now.
As an excuse to...
Yeah, like...
Nah.
I don't like that.
Like, you can recognize that you have issues, but not use it as an excuse.
Right. He was going to get 3 years, but the judge knocked time off for pleading guilty and for mitigating circumstances. That left him with a 16-month sentence that was suspended for 18 months. As part of the conditions for his release, he isn't allowed anywhere near his dad. He has to go to counseling for his supposed PTSD. Damn, see? I was like, I don't know, that sounds funky. For his supposed PTSD, and he isn't allowed to drink any alcohol. He even has an ankle monitor on that tests his sweat every half hour for alcohol and will alert probation if he gets a positive result. Damn.
That's crazy.
No more breathalyzers. Luckily for him, his boss has let him go and work at their main location in the city that's half an hour away from here, and probation were happy to let him live there as well. He moved into a flat there this week, so I don't have to worry about running into him. Great. Fabulous. I haven't spoken to him at all, and I don't want to. He's tried reaching out through a couple friends, but they've respected my decision and told him to move on. Good friends, good friends. However, I did speak to his mom yesterday, and she said that she thinks he's depressed, but so far he's all right. She's the one I'm getting this information from.
I guess it's a good sign he's depressed and like feeling shitty about his decisions at least, and not just like mad at everyone for daring to not treat him like the man of the house or whatever.
But I just kind of like, is she always gonna talk about him to her?
Ooh, yeah.
You
Like I don't
know?
want to hear about it no more, dude.
Yeah, like, and also I don't know, like, she said when she escaped the father, she never looked back, and hopefully she wouldn't be like the type of mom to be like, hey, he's getting better now.
Yeah, no, man.
Hopefully not. Hopefully not though. But
Uh-uh.
we've seen so many stories, so it definitely crossed my mind. It's a strange mix of emotion for me towards him as I still care on some level, just not enough to keep him in my life. I know I need to keep him away from me as I can never see him like I did at this time last year. It's crazy to think that it's only been a year since we got engaged. So much has happened. Other than these mixed emotions, I'm doing well. I've been hanging out with my sister and her wife a lot more, as well as catching up with friends. I'm still working at the same place and I don't see that changing anytime soon. For the people asking me about my sister, she's doing good. She had a setback last month, but seems to be over that now and has just been approved to have some form of newish stem cell treatment at the UK's biggest hospital, eye hospital. Oh, cool. Which is fab news. Absolutely. She tried to explain it to me, but it involves them taking her blood, putting it into her eye, which grossed me out, so I told her to stop. However, she's my sister. She then sent me the pictures, and then my mom had to step in and tell her to stop.
You need to stop.
I'm not touching you. I'm not touching you. Damn, that's fucked up. No matter how old we get, I don't think we'll ever stop trying to annoy each other. That's funny.
Mm.
So, all in all, I think we're all moving on with life. Unless there's something big that's going to happen, then this should be my last post. I really want to thank everyone for their kind words and support. And this has restored my faith that there are still some good people out there. Hell the fuck yes. I gotta say, I think everybody in that story, aside from the obvious bad, what is, what's it called? Like, there's the,
The antagonist.
yeah, besides the obvious antagonist, thank you for knowing exactly what I wanted to say. You have some really solid
Like
ass
those are all
friends.
great people
You
around
are fucking
him.
solid because you said, you acted kind of suspicious. And you said nope, and you dipped the fuck out. Let this be a lesson. We taking the bear, not the man. Wonderful story, wonderful story. And I wanted to read that long story um, because I wanted to read a really long one for my birthday, but I couldn't find one. But this one happened because I guess it's catching fire right now because it was just posted like 13 days ago. So that was really excited. Oh man, I can't wait to see what y'all think about this. I think this is going to be one of those times where I don't read this one on the Reddit Rainbow. I think this is just going to be a vibes and delights. But I
This
think
will
I'll
be
be
like
posting some good
12
teasers.
parts on TikTok.
Truly, truly. But I think we're gonna post some good like snips and snaps on YouTube or not YouTube, TikTok. Whatever happens, happens. But anyway, I am so very hungry. Yeah, yeah. Slap and
Same.
I've been like really stuffy, and we're finally almost over it. And I think that's like I think we're finally getting our appetites back. So we're gonna go eat now. I think this might be the last time you see me with these braids too. I might take these down this weekend or sometime in the near future. All right, guys. We love you guys so much, and as always, bye. We
Bye.
love you. Bye.